thought I'd go ahead and do a review of this kindling cracker. My family does not do lightweight camping, and where I have a bunch of little kids and they want to use the axes and stuff like that and hatchets, I've had an accident in the past where I just nicked my finger with the hatchet. But I thought I'd go ahead and pick up this kindling cracker, which is basically a safer way of trying to make kindling. The kids can use a hammer, which this rail protects, the hammer from going down in here into the blade. And that or another piece of wood, and you can just hit it over that and crack it. I mean, it's what's there to explain about it is pretty simple. The whole thing is cast iron. I do have an axe with cast iron edge. It seems to hold the edge fine, unless I hit a nail or something like that. It is pretty sharp. See if I can get a close-up of it. So you can see they ground the edge down to sharpen it. And we'll go give it a shot. First I'm going to try some, this is all dry wood, it's not, nothing's wet. I'm going to just try some of this soft wood that I have in the garage. They're not full-length pieces, they're just some kindling I had in the garage. But we'll see. Here's a larger piece. I have to say I like it. If you get a hard piece of wood, you can just hit it with a hammer. This is I believe this is a 4-pound hammer. They recommended a 3-pound. I don't think it really matters. Alright, so let me go get a piece of hardwood now. This is a piece of hardwood, I'm not sure what kind. It was on the top of the wood pile, so it's been getting water on it, and so it's not as dry as it should be. It was dry before the snows came, but I didn't put anything on top of the pile to protect the top layer. So I just grabbed this off the top layer, so it should be a little more wet than a cured log. Should be harder to split. This top ring on the inside is just about 6.5 inches. And so this log, which is fairly decent, is barely fits in it. Okay, so here is one problem. This large log, because it barely fits in it, as I hammer it down, it's spreading right here, and it is binding. So what I need to do is take one of these out. Actually, I'll take them both out. Now I'll send it down the other way. I have a couple of hatchets. This is not my nicer one. My nicer one is with my camping stuff, but it is sharp. So, to give you an idea of how that compares with just a regular hatchet. See, the problem is you get wood that's not level or ground that's not level, and you have to hold it to put the hatchet into it. And if the wood gives, you can slice yourself, and that's what happened as I skinned myself one time because of trying to balance the wood. So it's not a time saver at all, it's just a safety thing. And with my kids, I really like having, you know, that extra protection there for them. So here's my son wearing my wife's outdoor Crocs, nice and purple. Zane, how old are you, 10?
Yeah.
So Zane is going to take this piece of 2x4, just because that's what I had available, and he's going to use this hammer. How's that hammer? Is it heavy?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4-pound hammer, so go ahead and try to hit this. This is Zane's first time doing this. Hit it harder. See, the bars protected him from hitting the blade. How was that? Was that easy? Do it again. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Have you tried splitting it with a hatchet wood? Yeah? Is this easier? Okay. So he's nodding yes. I don't have his head in the frame. Yep, and you can separate it with your hands. No, don't use this. Don't use the hammer. Just pull them apart with your hands. So what do you think? Do you like that?
Mm-hmm.
You glad we got it?
Yeah.
Now this is a piece of hardwood. Zane has to hold the hammer up by the head, so I guess a 3-pound hammer would have been good for kids, but this is a harder piece. That's a harder piece of wood. But see, he keeps hitting the outside ring, but it's well away from the blade is well away from the top ring, so it's protecting that. So I just noticed that they advertise that it makes cutting at Kindling safer, quicker, and easier. I bought it for this reason right here. It's safer. 1 trip to the hospital or the Instacare, and you go and pay that deductible plus, you know, whatever parts of your out of pocket that you have to come out with, and this thing pays for itself. It was more expensive than I wanted to pay initially, but again, 1 trip to the doctor, and it pays for itself, but 2, I don't want my kids to get hurt, and I've hurt myself, you know, with years and years and years of using hatchets and axes and things like that. Accidents still happen, so that's the reason I bought it. Is it quicker? I would say probably not. I don't think it's quicker. I think it's probably about the same speed. The only time I think it would be quicker is if you have a gnarly piece of wood that you're trying to pile drive a hatchet through and you can't get it through. You can use the hammer, you know, it's heavier than the hatchet, and you can drive it through. So I'd say the quicker and easier probably comes with more difficult to split wood, but safer definitely. And would I buy it again? Yes, I would.